If you're over 60 and still pleasuring yourself the exact same way you did at 25, you might be unknowingly doing more harm than good. Let's be clear, this isn't about guilt or shame. It's about the science of how your aging nervous system, hormones, and blood flow react differently to stimulation after 60. Today, we're revealing something rarely talked about: how certain habits can quietly reduce sensitivity, strain pelvic nerves, and even mess with your sleep and testosterone, but more importantly, how to fix it. Here's the truth. A recent analysis on PubMed found that over 60% of men above 60 still masturbate regularly. And when done the right way, that's a good thing. But most men never got a guide for their age. They weren't told that grip, posture, and pace can train the body toward dysfunction instead of pleasure. So the same old routine repeats: same chair, same position, same pressure, until one day there's numbness, pain, or a weak response. Today, we change that. Dr. DeLaura will walk you through 5 common mistakes older men make, what new research says about safe and healthy stimulation, and how to turn this private act into a habit that supports your health and vitality. Let's start with the first mistake: wrong sitting position. Many older men sit hunched over on a hard chair for 10, 20, even 30 minutes during self-pleasure. This puts pressure on the pudendal nerve, the main nerve for sensation and movement in your genitals. Over time, that can cause tingling, numbness, chronic pelvic pain, or even erectile issues. Think of it like sitting on your foot until it goes numb only here. It's the nerve that controls blood flow and feeling in your pelvic area. To protect it, change your position. Avoid sitting upright or leaning forward. Try reclining on a soft surface or lying on your side or back with proper lower back and pelvic support. Your pudendal nerve needs care, just like your spine. Mistake 2: skipping lubrication. As you get older, the skin on the penis gets thinner and more fragile, making it easier to get small tears. Yet many men still stimulate dry, without reducing friction. Over time, that can cause micro tears, irritation, redness, and less sensitivity. Some men mistake this damage for normal aging, but it's preventable. Use a water-based or silicone-based lubricant. Avoid scented or colored products. Go for something simple. Drugstore brands like KY or Astroglide work fine. At your age, lube isn't a luxury, it's protection. Mistake 3: using the same technique for decades. This one's subtle but common. Using the same grip, rhythm, and speed for years makes your nervous system adapt. Your brain learns to connect arousal and climax to one very specific pattern. This is called stimulation dependency. It can cause trouble climaxing with a partner, weak responses to touch, and less pleasure overall. To undo this, change your style. Switch hands. Adjust your grip. Experiment with different speeds. Pause in between. Breathe and engage more muscles. Think of it like music. Don't just play one note. Train your brain for flexibility. Mistake 4: ignoring your energy after climax. Some men feel calm and happy after release. Others feel tired, foggy, or moody, but most don't pay attention to the difference or make changes. This matters because, as we age, our brain chemicals change. Climaxing too often without enough rest or nutrition can lower motivation, cause brain fog, mood swings, or even trouble. Sleeping. A 2020 neurobiology study found that older men who climaxed without enough recovery had bigger drops in dopamine, which affects energy and drive. To avoid this, pay attention to how you feel afterward physically, mentally, and emotionally. If you feel good, great. If not, adjust frequency or technique. There's no magic number. Harvard's often cited 21 times a month is based on lowering prostate cancer risk, not quality of life. What matters is your body's own response. Mistake 5. Using self-pleasure as escape instead of awareness. Many men turn to it when bored, stressed, or lonely, and while that's normal, it can turn into avoidance rather than connection. When it's rushed, mechanical, or filled with guilt, it loses its benefits. Instead, make it mindful. Treat each session as a quiet check-in with your body. Notice any changes in erection strength, unusual pain, tightness, or lumps. Changes in how much or how fast you ejaculate, and even your mood. Are you truly present or just using it as an escape? This simple habit can help you spot early signs of hormone problems, blood flow issues, or even prostate trouble. It's not just about release, it's about awareness. And that awareness could add years of healthier intimacy to your life. Now that Dr. DeLaura has covered the most common mistakes, let's look at the other side, the benefits of mindful self-pleasure when it's done right. For many years, masturbation was surrounded by shame and secrecy. But today's science shows a different picture, especially for older men. Take prostate health. For example, in 2016, Harvard's T.H. Chan School of Public Health published one of the biggest studies ever on men's sexual habits. They tracked over 30,000 men for 18 years and found that those who ejaculated at least 21 times a month had a 33% lower risk of prostate cancer compared to those who did it fewer than 7 times. Why? Because ejaculation flushes out harmful substances and waste that can collect in the prostate. It's like running clean water through an old pipette helps prevent buildup and damage. It also boosts blood flow in the pelvic area, lowering the risk of stagnation and stress on prostate cells. And that's only one part of the story. Now let's talk about hormones. Each time you climax, your body goes through a series of hormonal changes. Cortisol, the main stress hormone, drops. Dopamine, the chemical for pleasure and motivation, rises. Oxytocin, the bonding hormone, is released. Prolactin increases, telling your body to rest. And in some men, testosterone may briefly rise. This hormone mix has real effects. Lower cortisol can mean better blood pressure, more energy, and less belly fat. Higher oxytocin can improve sleep, emotional balance, and immune strength. The Mayo Clinic has shown that orgasm increases immunoglobulin, a key immune protector, and research from the Netherlands Institute for Neuroscience found that climax raises serotonin levels, helping mood stability and sleep. So yes, when done mindfully, masturbation can cut inflammation, boost immune defenses, improve sleep, keep hormones balanced, and increase blood flow to the penis and prostate. There's also a less talked about benefit: pelvic floor strength. During orgasm, your pelvic floor muscles tighten in rhythm. These muscles are key for sexual and urinary health. Strong pelvic muscles help erections stay firm, support bladder control, and prevent delays or weakness during ejaculation. But here's the thing: if you're not reaching a full climax or using only light stimulation, these muscles can weaken over time. Think of mindful self-pleasure as a gentle pelvic workout, no gym needed. It works the same muscles that help with prostate health, bladder function, and erectile strength. And then there's sleep. You've probably noticed that deep, calm feeling after orgasm. That's not in your head, it's biology. When you climax, your brain releases prolactin, telling your body it's time to rest, paired with lower cortisol and higher oxytocin. It creates the ideal brain chemistry for deep, refreshing sleep. Several studies on older adults show that orgasm can help you fall asleep faster and spend more time in deep, restful sleep. At a time when sleep troubles are so common, this natural way to improve rest really matters. Let's step back for a moment. The benefits of mindful, age-adapted self-pleasure are real. But here's the uncomfortable truth: very few men are doing it the right way. Not because they're doing anything bad, but because no one ever taught them how to adjust. What worked at 25 simply won't work the same at 65. So, how do you adapt? How do you turn this quiet habit into a real health practice? Dr. DeLaura recommends 5 important changes every man over 60 should think about. First, change your position. Protect your pudendal nerve. Don't sit on hard chairs or lean forward for long. Instead, recline, lie on your side, or use soft padding under your hips. If you wouldn't sit that way for 30 minutes reading a book, don't do it while stimulating yourself. Second, use lubrication every time. As skin gets thinner with age, friction can cause more damage. Lubrication reduces stress on the skin, prevents irritation, and helps protect sensitivity for the long term, even if you've never used it before. Now is the time. Third, change your technique. Explore different areas, switch hands, adjust your rhythm, and train your brain to enjoy more than one kind of touch. This keeps your nervous system active and your experience more enjoyable. Fourth, notice your energy. How do you feel after? Energized, calm, tired, or foggy? Let that guide how often and how you do it. There's no single perfect number, but your body always gives honest feedback. Pay attention. Fifth, make each session a quick health check. Look for lumps or tightness in the testicles, swelling or redness in the penis, pain during climax, delayed release, or changes in the amount or force of ejaculation. These aren't random, they can be signs or early warnings. Now, let's answer a few questions older men often wonder about but rarely ask. First, I have diabetes and high blood pressure. Is masturbation still safe? Yes, but pacing and recovery are even more important. High blood sugar and stiff blood vessels can affect flow and sensation. Avoid rough techniques, go slower, and notice how your heart reacts. Second, I climax, but nothing comes out. Is that normal? A dry orgasm can be normal with age, certain medicines, or after surgeries like prostate treatment. But if it happens suddenly or comes with pain, see your urologist. You might need hormone tests like testosterone, estradiol, DHT, prolactin, and PSA. Third, shouldn't I focus only on partnered sex? Both are important. Self-pleasure isn't a substitute for intimacy, but it's also nothing to be ashamed of. Done mindfully, it's not running away, it's connecting, checking in, releasing, and reflecting. So, if you're over 60 and still touching yourself, that's good. Now it's time to do it better. Protect your nerves, support your prostate, listen to your body. Use it as a tool, not a trap. And if no one's ever told you this before, let Dr. DeLaura say it clearly: you're not broken, you're adapting. With the right approach, this private time becomes a powerful tool for health, awareness, and strength. Now that you know how to do it right, it's time to see what to avoid. Watch the next video. Urologist reveals 7 masturbation mistakes after 60 that are silently harming older men. You've made it this far, keep going and keep building a smarter, stronger, healthier future.